Hey, this is Tabasco, the truck and biker, and this is the next part in the series of Digital Anarchy. And if you haven't seen the first videos, then I suggest you watch them because it ain't going to make no sense. And you're probably not smart enough to understand it anyway. But this is some forbidden knowledge that you shouldn't have, and you probably shouldn't have it anyway. So, as always, the disclaimer is I'm not telling anybody to do nothing. And if I wouldn't, my advice is I wouldn't take advice from me. And if I'm ever leading, we're all in trouble. But you may check out the next part in the series now. Keep it real. So mainstream science says that the body's a machine. A part breaks, you fix it with either chemicals or surgery. You treat it with you don't really fix it. You just treat it with drugs, or surgery. Quantum science says the body is more like a symphony. It's a network of vibrating energies, frequencies, and information using your DNA as its map or as its instructions. And if something is off, you don't just fix that one part; you retune the whole body. Classical science looks at matter. Quantum science looks at the invisible energy or vibrations or consciousness. One treats the symptoms. The other one tries to restore harmony in the body. I don't know if that has something to do with the meditators and people like that as well. I don't know what kind of luck they've had with healing themselves, but I do know that it made sense to me that if everything is moving down to the nucleus of an atom and whatever, it's all in a vibration that you could retune it. Plus the fact that I know that it was weaponized. And gee, it doesn't work for healing, but we can weaponize it because they have weapons that are low resonant frequency weapons that make people ill. And there was even a news story about 10 years ago, I believe it was Cuba, where everyone in the building was getting sick. It was a U.S. embassy in Cuba, and everyone was getting sick, and they thought maybe it was lead paint, asbestos, whatever, blah blah. Well, they pulled everybody out of there because they were constantly sick, only to later learn that the military had been using a directed energy weapon of a low resonant frequency to flood that building, and it was making people sick. So if it can be used to hurt you, the flip side of that probably is it can be used to heal you. That makes sense to me, and I think that there's evidence, and more evidence is going to be coming out that will prove this over time, but it will be too late for many people. Is there science behind it? Yes, there is. Let me throw it at you. It's just as boring and as exciting as science class was when I was in the 8th grade or 12th grade. It's a different kind of science. In 1920s, there were scientists named Heisenberg, Bohr, and Schrodinger revolutionized physics with quantum mechanics. Particles can be in two places at once, like waves, be instantly connected across space and time. 1944, Schrodinger wrote a book called What is Life? Proposes life itself might work on quantum principles, suggests that health evolved into energy, resonance, and coherence, not just chemicals. It makes sense, I guess. But instead, what did the path of medicine do? It took to pharmaceutical medicine. I think many of us know why that is, and I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. So quantum biology was completely ignored. It's too weird, too risky. It didn't fit the narrative. Science focused on anatomy, chemistry, and pharmaceuticals. 1953, Watson and Crick discovered DNA. There it is. Biology seen as a machine, but what if DNA was more like a vibrating antenna, a potential bridge between the body and consciousness? What if it's the tuning fork for your body? Your specific body, your DNA is your tuning fork for your body. Most cases, not all, because some people are born with birth defects, but in most cases, the DNA comes out rather perfectly. So you're rather perfect as a specimen, much like me. And we just didn't go to destroying it, for the next, whatever, 60, 70, 80 years with everything that we put in it. The system kind of got locked down because the people with money, because they made the money off the petroleum based pills or pharmaceuticals. I mean, so the AMA shapes doctors' training, and they're all drug centered, right? Surgery and drugs. FDA only approves chemical based treatments. Big Pharma invests billions into drugs, highly profitable, as we all know, and energy based medicines get labeled as unscientific. so was chiropractic and stuff back in the day. So, when then the insurance companies figure out they could bill a line item for it, and all of a sudden now you see you get some chiropractic visits and physical therapy visits on your insurance allowable because they can bill for it. Probably doesn't make big pharma happy, but we'll let a few of them slide by, so it doesn't look so obvious that we're fleecing everybody. So slide on over to the profile and grab part 3, and I will reveal what I have been using or don't. I really don't give a shit. It's your funeral. Keep it real.